That was awkward, wasn't it? That silence. You know, silence may sometimes be sweet, but it's also bitter, it's cutting, and it's full of meaning. We often think that staying silent means staying neutral, but when you say nothing at all, you're saying something. If I'm playing football and the ball rolls past me, I may not have kicked it, but my stillness still affects the score. If I stay silent while someone bullies another, the bully reads my silence as an applause, thinking the world agrees with them. Silence isn't neutral, it isn't an escape, and it isn't invisible. Silence impacts, it burns, it sends a message. A few years ago, at my old school, I went through a really tough time due to these two girls, and the people who I thought were my friends stayed silent when they could have spoken up. And that choice left me alone and in the dark. And you see, these two girls, they controlled the narrative. They isolated me, and they were at the top of the social hierarchy, so everyone was scared to get on their bad side. Everyone was scared to challenge them, even those who knew they were wrong. So people stayed silent, didn't reach out, and subconsciously made the choice to choose them. And after some time, a very, very long time, I decided to put myself back in the narrative. I decided to reach out to people instead of waiting for them to reach out to me. So thanks to a great support system and one brave girl who later showed up for me, I was able to get myself out of the situation I was put in. I made friends who valued and appreciated me. But just as my peers of silence gave power to my perpetrators, silence in politics gives power to oppression, power to corrupt voices. You see, silence doesn't end in the classrooms or the cafeteria, it shows up in the world around us. It echoes in parliaments and seeps into newsrooms across the world stage, and in the moments when people are suffering, as they are all around in Palestine, in Sudan, in Congo, in Ukraine. Silence isn't neutrality, it's complicity, it's permission. And silence, it doesn't just impact moments in our lives. It shapes nations, it shapes history, it shapes the world. And every government or person who chooses to stay silent lays another brick on the wall of injustice. But even more importantly, if we stay silent about one injustice, it makes us that much more comfortable to stay silent about the next. And these violations of human rights are not miles away from us. They're everywhere. From the homelessness in our streets to the curbing of free speech in our backyard. And even through social media, the genocides occurring across the oceans become personal, and we wonder, what can we even do just by watching it happen through our screens? I don't know, it does seem incomprehensible that someone like you, someone like me can make a difference. But we can, and we should. And it doesn't take any money or resources. All it takes is your voice and your heart. But let's take a look at some of the issues where our voices, or rather our silence, can contribute to the injustice and inequality. Climate change. Staying silent gives power to organizations and corporations to delay meaningful climate action. LGBTQ+ rights. Silence and the rollback of protection allows discrimination and injustice to continue. Free speech. If we choose to stay silent about censorship, authoritarian control over public discourse strengthens. For the religion-based violence in India, silence in the face of the ongoing hate speech and crimes against non-Hindus allows violence and injustice to be normalized. In Palestine and Congo, silence amidst the ongoing genocide and displacement enables the erosion of human rights and delays accountability. But we must be cognizant that not everyone can escape a genocide and seek refuge in a safe haven, that not every victim of bullying has a great support system and access to counselors that can save them from the scrutiny and harsh judgment of teenage minds. So, they rely on us, we who have the power to speak up to do so. We can repost to spread awareness on social media. We can donate even as little as €5 to organizations and causes working for the right kind of change in these areas. We can say no to bullying by challenging the bully and intervening to defuse the situation. We can create safe spaces for the isolated. We can invite them to sit with us at lunch. We are people who are lucky enough to be attending this school, sending our kids to this school, and teaching at this school. So it is our duty and our privilege to stand up for those who can't. I once believed that silence was safety until the silence around me began to burn. We often think that staying silent means staying neutral. But it isn't. It is a decision, and it doesn't erase the problem, it reinforces it. And I know it isn't always easy reaching out and putting yourself out there. And I know I'm also standing up here talking to you about shattering the sound of silence, but there are times when even I have been too scared. So this talk isn't just a call for action to you guys, but a wake-up call for me. Because silence isn't neutral. So by staying silent, who are you really protecting? Silence, when you say nothing, you're saying something.